It's a new and exciting season of Nigeria's most fabulous pageant competition. The girls are all looking pretty and excited, looking forward to the road and the runways ahead of them.
We started with over 1,626 people, and then we were down to 300, and then we were down to about 150, and then we were down to about 110, and then we were down to 91, and now we're here. So believe me when I say that you've gone through so much to be here, so you should give yourself a round of applause. As much as you've gone through so much to get here, I can also guarantee you that your journey is about to even get tougher. That I can promise you, it will get a bit tougher. I say this to people all the time when I have the opportunity of addressing our class. We call them the class of 2020. Miss Tourism Nigeria is a very tedious pageant platform. It's strenuous. I'm sure that some of our ex-queens will share their stories with you, and you'll be able to take a cue from them. It's tedious, it's strenuous. Most of the time, if you eventually make it to camp, you probably spend 3 hours at the most every night throughout the entire camp. It's exhausting. I'm not a contestant, but I know it's exhausting. So when I tell you it's exhausting, believe me, it's exhausting. So you have to be mentally, emotionally, and physically ready for it. So if we started from over 1,626 to get to this point, it means that we've evaluated all of those things, including your ability to withstand pressure, last minute instructions, all of those things. And I remember for some of you who kept asking me questions, I said, most of the time you're going to get very last minute instructions. They are intentional because we also want to test your ability to follow those last minute instructions, and most importantly, your reaction to last minute instructions. It's very key. So without taking much of your time, I'll still come back and we'll do a lot of talking before we get into today's activities. I would like to introduce to you someone who is very dear to me personally, and of course to the Miss Tourism Nigeria brand. She has, without a doubt, done exceptionally well for herself. If she hasn't, I'm sure we won't be here because this is our studio. This is not a Miss Tourism Nigeria studio. This is the Lastor studio. And it gladdens my heart that we'll have, an ex-queen doing amazing well, and we can come back to her platform because we are virtually on her platform. And I'm hoping that probably in another year or two, you will have a platform that we can come and share out of. That's the joy. I would like to introduce our very special 2016 Miss Tourism International. She represents Nigeria at the Miss International pageant in Japan, and she's still doing amazing stuff. Please put your hands together for Evia Young.
So Miss Tourism for me, I started off as just waking up one morning and telling my best friend, my childhood friend, I said, you know what, I came across this pageant and I think I want to try it out. And she was like, are you sure? I said, yes, I want to try it out. First time, I have never even auditioned for any beauty pageant before. Audition, trust me, I can literally tell what you girls are feeling. Scared, nervous, shake it, it's fine. It's natural, it comes with it, right? I was sweating. I felt like, I know I could do it, but I just wasn't sure if I was gonna be good enough. And I saw Mr. Smart, and I heard Smart say, okay, your work is good, but I think you can do better. And I'm like, okay. I mean, that sort of boosted my confidence. Like, if we can see that I can do better, then definitely, maybe I can. Thanks to Mr. Smart. Fast forward to us being in camp. Yes, Mr. Santo just said it. It is stressful. If you're here, be ready because you're gonna be stressed. And I mean, this is for the strongest lady out here right now. You have to be ready. You know when they say stress? Mr. Alex will come to our room and he'll be like, everybody, and we're all like, yeah, what's going on? Be ready. Be smart, be active, and give it your best. Your determination will speak for itself. Your zeal will speak for itself.
Good morning. I was looking at all of you from back there and I was saying in my mind that this has got to be one of the most beautiful stories in Nigeria said, you all look really beautiful. Even with, I see some people with makeup and some people without makeup, but trust me, this set, I'm impressed, like really. Okay, so as some of you may know, or you all may know, my name is Colette Wadike. I was Miss Tourism Nigeria 2014, Face of the Universe 2015. I'm a public servant. I work for Anambra State Government as Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Tourism. That's not finished now, calm down. So I write, I produce, I act, and I executive produce. Basically, I'm a filmmaker too. And where do I start from? Like, it's a lot. So as a little girl growing up, I knew I was going to be a beauty pageant, whether by hook or by fire or by force. Anyhow it is, I knew I was going to be a beauty queen because I would look at people like Bianca Ojukwu, Regina Sikia, those two particularly, and I would see how beautiful and gracious they look, and I'd be like, I want to be like that someday. So it was something that I nurtured from a very, very tender age. And when I kind of got into secondary school, I said in my head, like, when I get into the university, I'll compete for my departmental queen, then my school queen, then I start going for national pageants and maybe an international pageant someday. So I kind of lined that out in my head and I stuck with it because when I got into school, I contested for my departmental queen. As little as that pageant was, the reason why I didn't win it, I didn't know. I contested for Miss Unizik. I went to Unizik. Everybody liked me, but for some reason again, I didn't win it. I'm like, okay, it was very discouraging. I mean, starting off and just like somebody saying no to you. But I'll look back, I'll say, no, but I promised myself that to see in this life, I must be a beauty queen. So I went for my first national pageant. Call the name of the pageant in Nigeria that I've not gone for. I mean, and each time, sometimes I will leave school for like a week or so and go to camp and I come back, I've not won anything and people are laughing at me. They're even making fun of me. They call it a pageant. Are you not tired of going to pageant and you're not winning anyone? So when I came for Miss Tourism Nigeria, with all my experience as going for different pageants and camp, I was very confident because I mean, like, this one, I got it in the bag because I have the experience and everything. So as I came, like just like you, I'm saying that you all look beautiful. I started seeing girls, so I'm like, hey, are you sure? Are you sure you're still very confident? So for some reason, I just like, okay. The only thing I'm going to do here is just be myself, and I hope that being myself is enough to get me the crown. I auditioned. From my audition self, that one was piece of cake because I know I was going to be picked because of the judges, their remarks. They were just very, very, very impressed because being a pageant girl, you have to be diplomatic. Very, very diplomatic with questions, with answers. So when they ask you something, you like a politician, sort of, yes. So if you go around, say things that people will be impressed, you know. And then also it has to do with being intelligent. Why having a good face, a fine face will take you somewhere? It's what you have upstairs that can take you through it.
see, being a queen is not child's play. It's not just about beauty and sitting pretty. It's all about beauty with grace. Smart work. If you're beautiful and you don't have the goal, you're not smart. I don't know what it's empty. For me, you're not ready.
About beauty. Like you command powers, the way you sit, the way you're smiling, the way you're looking at everything, you're trying to understand the environment. That's how a beauty queen should be. Not when you come into the room like people are like, okay, yes, how can we help you? That's gonna kill your spirit.
How can your content, I'm not saying do what other people are doing and, looking for somebody to be a support system for you. No, you can do it on your own. How can you monetize your content? Then the last one, there's something called the relatability factor. We are Nigerians. When we watch a show like Big Brother and you hear phone, you just see people, now wow, they don't come. We know they hear within and they talk. Oh, but then when you see somebody who comes on the show who is, very relatable, one pigeon here or there, there's just a factor that you will relate. I like this person. This person is very Nigerian because you see, as Nigerians, we like to relate with our own. But then also you have to think of the international audience as well. So relatability is being able to adapt anywhere. I know people that when we travel now, for instance, you go to a country like Korea, you get there and say you're looking for Nigerian food. Why? What? Where? You have to enjoy the exposure. So when you do get to travel, even if your stomach is a dustbin that cannot take some things, you eat it too. Because it's just you immersing yourself into other cultures and learning.
We congratulate you for making 2020 Miss Tourism Nigeria. The brand Miss Tourism Nigeria has a lot to give, but it depends on you if you are ready for it. You've had so much speakers who come to talk to you in respect of yourself, how you improve yourself, how you move yourself from this level to the next level. Most times I tell people, if you want to do something, want to get yourself involved in anything, do you think about it? Do you do a research? Do you practically have a reason why you want to do that thing? If you practically have a reason for it, you put in everything. Miss Tourism brand expects a lot from you and will also support you to the next level.